What if I told you that vegetable sitting in your refrigerator right now, the one you bought thinking it's the healthiest thing in the world, could be forcing your kidneys into overdrive without you knowing it, pushing you one step closer to dialysis? Sounds crazy, right? We live bombarded with information about superfoods, but almost nobody warns us that for some people, a superfood can be a silent enemy. My goal today isn't to scare you. It's the opposite. I want to give you a clear map to protect your kidneys, a practical guide without any nonsense. Today we're going to separate what helps you from what hurts you. I'll reveal the 4 vegetables that are a true shield for your kidney function. And with the same clarity, I'll point out those 4 that, if your kidneys are already struggling, are a hidden danger. Think of it this way, with an analogy I always use that changes everything. Your kidneys are the most advanced purification plant in the world. When they're working at 100%, they filter waste and minerals without any problem, keeping your blood impeccable. But what happens when that plant starts working at 60% or 40%? Chronic kidney disease is sneaky at first. You can lose a large part of your kidney function without having a single symptom. When that plant's capacity drops, it can no longer handle the same load. Vital minerals like potassium or compounds like oxalates suddenly become garbage that the plant can't process. They accumulate and wreak havoc. Excess potassium can cause very dangerous heart arrhythmias. Oxalates can form crystals like ground glass inside your kidneys, obstructing and damaging tissue even more. That's why the knowledge you're going to receive today gives you control. Control of your health from the most basic place, your plate. This isn't about never eating vegetables. It's about choosing intelligently, knowing what you're asking your kidneys to process with every bite. So stay with me, because this information can change the course of your kidney health. Let's start with the good news, with those heroes you have within reach. If you're ready to learn which vegetables protect your kidneys and which destroy them, write the number 1 in the comments right now. The 4 hero vegetables for your kidneys. Let's build your defense. These are the vegetables I want you to see as your allies, your guardians. They're low in potassium, low in oxalates, and on top of that, they bring extra benefits that make the job easier for your kidneys. Hero number 1, cabbage. Our first guardian is humble, cheap, and often underestimated. Cabbage. I call it the natural shield against kidney inflammation. And now you'll see why. First and most important today, it's incredibly low in potassium. 1 cup of chopped cabbage contains a minimal amount, which means your kidneys don't get stressed filtering it. It's like giving your recycling plant clean, easy-to-process material, but its benefits go way beyond that. Cabbage is a natural pharmacy. It belongs to the cruciferous family, famous for compounds like isothiocyanates and sulforaphane. Don't get tangled up in the names. Think of them as a cleaning crew that enters your body and calms inflammation. Kidney disease is essentially an inflammatory state. These compounds help put out that internal fire, protecting the delicate structures of the kidneys. Additionally, cabbage is a great source of fiber and vitamin C. Fiber keeps your gut healthy, and that's key. A happy gut produces fewer toxins that the kidneys would have to clean. Vitamin C is an antioxidant that fights cellular aging that damages kidney filters. And how do we prepare it to make it delicious? Forget about boiled, sad cabbage. Fresh coleslaw, green and purple shredded. Add a bit of grated carrot in moderation and a dressing of olive oil, apple cider vinegar, and a touch of mustard. Refreshing and crunchy. Quick sauté. Cut it into thin strips and sauté in a pan with olive oil, garlic, and cumin. In minutes, you'll have a delicious side dish with a sweet touch. Steamed. It's an excellent base. Steaming it a bit softens it without losing its properties. You can add it to low-sodium soups almost at the end so it maintains its texture. Cabbage isn't cheap filler. It's a powerful therapeutic tool within everyone's reach. Hero number 2, red bell pepper. Our second hero is vibrant, sweet, and a feast for the eyes. Red bell pepper is the antioxidant that protects your kidney cells and one of the safest and most beneficial options. Its main advantage, like cabbage, is its very low potassium content. It's a green zone food for almost any kidney patient. You can enjoy it with the peace of mind that you're not overloading your filters. But again, that's not all. Red bell peppers are one of the greatest sources of vitamin C that exist, surpassing many oranges. As we said, vitamin C is an antioxidant that neutralizes free radicals, those molecules that bombard and damage your kidney cells. It's a shield that stops the bullets before they reach their target. Additionally, they provide vitamin A and lycopene, 2 other antioxidants that fight inflammation. How do we get the most out of them? Roasted, my favorite way. Roast them in the oven or directly on the flame until the skin turns black. Put them in a covered bowl for 10 minutes and the skin comes right off. You're left with tender, smoky, sweet flesh that's wonderful. Use it in strips for salads or puree it to make a spectacular sauce, a safe alternative to tomato sauce. Raw. Cut into sticks. It's a perfect crunchy snack for dipping in yogurt sauces or hummus in controlled portions. Sautéed with onion and garlic. It's the perfect base for stir fries, rice dishes, or legumes that have been soaked beforehand. Including red bell peppers is a proactive strategy to defend your kidney health cell by cell. Hero number 3, zucchini. Our third hero is subtle and a true chameleon in the kitchen. Zucchini. I see it as an internal rinse for the kidneys, a vegetable that hydrates and cleans without asking for anything in return. Zucchini is one of the vegetables with the least potassium you can find, but its star quality is its very high water content, almost 95%. For kidneys that are struggling to filter, hydration is gold. Zucchini gives you water naturally, helping to dilute toxins and facilitate their elimination. Additionally, its fiber is very soft and easy to digest, which again relieves the kidney workload. Think of zucchini as a breath of fresh air for a system running at full throttle. The great thing about zucchini is that its flavor is so neutral, it absorbs the flavors of whatever you put on it. Zoodles or zucchini noodles. With a spiralizer, you turn it into a mountain of vegetable noodles. A quick sauté with garlic and olive oil, and you have a light alternative to pasta. Oven roasted. Cut it into slices, a drizzle of olive oil, oregano, and in the oven until it's tender and golden. A simple, perfect side dish. Grated. You can add it to omelets or vegetable creams to give them moisture and nutrients without altering the flavor. Zucchini is the definition of a kidney-friendly food, hydrating, low in problematic minerals, and super versatile. Hero number 4, cucumber. We arrive at the 4th hero, the king of refreshment, cucumber. If zucchini was a rinse, cucumber is the shower of cellular hydration. Like its companions, cucumber is very low in potassium and sodium, which makes it totally safe, but its greatest virtue is its hydrating power. With more than 95% water, eating cucumber is almost like drinking water, but with the extra of some vitamins. When kidneys are weak, maintaining fluid balance is a challenge. Cucumber helps you hydrate naturally, supporting filtering function without adding any burden. How do we enjoy this champion? Raw, the best way. In thin slices in salads, it provides priceless crunch. Cucumber water. An elegant way to drink more water. Add cucumber slices and mint to a pitcher with water and into the fridge. It encourages you to stay hydrated. Cucumber gazpacho. Instead of tomato gazpacho, try this. Blend peeled cucumber, green bell pepper, onion, garlic, olive oil, vinegar, and water. A cold, delicious, safe soup. Cucumber boats. Cut it in half. Remove the seeds and fill it with chicken or tuna salad in controlled portions. Cucumber is simple, and that's where its genius lies. It hydrates, refreshes, and supports your kidneys without asking for almost anything in return. Perfect. Now you know your 4 great allies: cabbage, red bell pepper, zucchini, and cucumber. You have an arsenal of safe, delicious, protective vegetables. Now leave me a comment. Which of these 4 hero vegetables are you going to start eating this week? A cabbage salad, roasted peppers, zucchini noodles, or refreshing cucumber? I love reading how you plan to put these tips into practice. If you're understanding how powerful these simple choices are, write the number 2 in the comments. The 4 villain vegetables to avoid. But now we have to talk about the other side of the coin. There's no point building a wall if you leave the back door open. Now that you know your friends, it's vital you know who the hidden enemies are. Those healthy vegetables that could be sabotaging all your effort. And I warn you, some are going to surprise you. They're vegetables you surely eat, often thinking they're doing you a favor. So if this guide is helping you and you want more clear information like this is the perfect time to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Ready? Let's unmask the 4 villains. Here comes the most important clarification of the day. Listen to me carefully. These vegetables are not poison. For a healthy person, they're incredibly nutritious. The problem isn't the vegetable. It's the reduced capacity of a sick kidney to process what they contain in high concentrations. For a kidney that's already struggling, these vegetables are an overload, extra work it can't fulfill, and that in the long run accelerates damage. That's why for someone with chronic kidney disease, knowing this list is fundamental. Villain number 1, spinach. The first villain is perhaps the most shocking. Spinach, the symbol of healthy food. But for a delicate kidney, spinach is a time bomb for 2 reasons: potassium and oxalates. Let's go to the numbers. A single cup of cooked spinach can exceed 800 milligrams of potassium, and in some cases can approach 1,500 milligrams. To give you an idea, many kidney patients are asked not to exceed 2,000 milligrams of potassium in the entire day. With 1 cup of spinach, you could have already spent more than half your daily limit. When kidneys don't eliminate potassium, it accumulates in the blood, hyperkalemia, which can cause everything from deadly arrhythmias. But that's only half of it. Spinach is also a champion in oxalates with around 780 milligrams per 100 grams. In a weak kidney, oxalates bind to calcium and form crystals. Imagine thousands of sharp crystals like ground glass passing through the microscopic tubes of your kidneys, causing obstructions, inflammation, and direct damage. Because of this double threat, sky-high potassium and oxalates, spinach must be eliminated or limited to tiny portions, very occasionally, if your kidney function is compromised. The safe alternative: romaine lettuce or arugula in moderate amounts. They're much lower in both compounds and will give you a great base for salads. Villain number 2, Swiss chard. The second villain is a close relative of spinach and shares its same dangers, Swiss chard. It's often sold as an alternative, but for kidneys they're problematic twins. Swiss chard is also loaded with potassium, providing between 380 and 550 milligrams per 100 grams. Even though it's a bit less than spinach, it's still a very high amount. A generous portion of chard can easily put you in the danger zone. And like its cousin, chard is extremely rich in oxalates, with dangerously high levels, almost as much as spinach. This means it presents the same risk of forming those ground glass crystals that destroy the architecture of your kidneys. I've seen patients who, wanting to eat healthier, switched spinach for chard without knowing they were trading one problem for another almost identical one. They think they're doing something good, but they're actually putting their kidneys under tremendous stress. The safe alternative. Again, our hero number one, cabbage. Sauté cabbage strips with garlic and paprika, and you'll have a delicious dish with good texture, and most importantly, with an insignificant load of potassium and oxalates in comparison. Villain number 3, beets. Our third villain hides behind its fame as a blood purifier. We're talking about beets. Its intense color screams antioxidants, and it's true that it has them, but for a weakened kidney, you have to handle it very carefully. Beets are another important source of potassium. 1 cup of cooked beets can exceed 500 milligrams of potassium. Again, a figure that tips the scales. Drinking beet juice, so trendy, is even worse. It concentrates the potassium from several beets in a single glass, a potassium bomb. In addition to potassium, beets are also on the list of vegetables with notable oxalate content. Although not as high as spinach, its level is enough to contribute to the risk of crystal formation if eaten often. The problem with beets is that their benefits for healthy people are advertised a lot, but their risks for the kidney population are ignored. It's the perfect example of how general health advice can be harmful for a specific group. The safe alternative, if you're looking for that sweet flavor and vibrant color, try carrots. They have much more manageable potassium, although portion is still important, and are low in oxalates. Roasted, they're delicious. For color, our hero red bell pepper is perfect. Villain number 4, concentrated tomato, sauces, purees, ketchup. We arrive at the last villain, and this one is perhaps the trickiest, and it's everywhere. It's not the vegetable itself, but how we eat it. Tomato, especially in its concentrated forms like sauce, puree, or ketchup. A fresh tomato in moderation can be acceptable. The problem is concentration. To make a can of tomato sauce, many tomatoes are used. By removing the water, the minerals concentrate brutally, and tomato is rich in potassium. Remember the data? A single cup of tomato sauce can have more than 900 milligrams of potassium, almost like 2 cups of spinach. Think about how many dishes have tomato sauce: pasta, pizza, stews. It sneaks into our diet without us realizing the hit it represents for the kidneys. Additionally, tomatoes also have quite a bit of oxalates. This is the silent danger I was talking about. Someone can be avoiding French fries because of potassium, but then eat a large plate of pasta with tomato thinking it's healthy, without knowing they're consuming an equal or greater amount of potassium. The safe alternative: you don't have to give up red sauces. This is where our hero, red bell pepper, comes to the rescue. Create a no-mato or no-tomato sauce. Roast red bell peppers, peel them, and puree them with sautéed onion, garlic, a cooked carrot for sweetness, and herbs. The result is a red, vibrant, delicious sauce, and above all, super low in potassium. I promise you, it's a change your kidneys will thank you for. If you're realizing how many hidden dangers are in your diet, write the number 3 in the comments. How to cook to protect your kidneys. Let me give you one more tool, a trick that makes a difference, especially with vegetables that are in a gray area like potatoes or carrots. I'm talking about cooking to reduce potassium. We can wash away a portion of this mineral. The technique is called soaking and double cooking. The process is simple but powerful. Peel the vegetable and cut it into small pieces. The more surface area in contact with water, the better. Cubes or thin slices work best. The science here is straightforward. Potassium is water-soluble, meaning it leaches out into water when given time and opportunity. Soak the pieces in plenty of warm water for at least 2 to 4 hours. If you can, change the water halfway through the process. This isn't just busy work. Each water change removes more potassium. You're literally watching dissolved potassium pour down the drain when you dump that water. Throw away the soaking water. That cloudy water contains the potassium we've extracted. Don't cook with it, don't save it. It's wastewater now. Now for double cooking. Put the pieces in a pot with fresh water and boil them for a few minutes, about 5 to 10 minutes depending on the vegetable. You're continuing the extraction process with heat, which opens up cell walls and releases even more potassium. Throw away that water again. Yes, again. This second water also contains significant potassium. Add clean water again to finish cooking them until they're tender. Only this third water stays with your food. This process can reduce the potassium in a vegetable by up to 50%. For someone with stage 3 or 4 kidney disease, that 50% reduction can be the difference between being able to enjoy potatoes occasionally or having to eliminate them completely. It's a bit laborious, yes, it takes planning and time, but it's effective and allows you to include more variety in your diet safely. I've had patients tell me this technique gave them back foods they thought they'd lost forever. The emotional relief of eating a small serving of potatoes at Thanksgiving, properly prepared, is real and valuable. And of course, don't forget the other pillars of kidney protection. Reduce salt and processed foods which burden your kidneys with sodium and preservatives. Drink the amount of water your doctor recommends because proper hydration supports kidney function without overloading it. And always work with a nephrologist and nutritionist. They'll adapt all this to your particular case, your specific stage of disease, and your individual lab values. What works for stage 2 might not work for stage 4. Personalization matters. Your kidney protection plan starts now. Let's do a quick visual summary. On the hero team, cabbage, red bell pepper, zucchini, and cucumber, your safe options. On the villain team for delicate kidneys, spinach, Swiss chard, beets, and concentrated tomato. The ones you should avoid or limit to the maximum. My goal today wasn't for you to be afraid of food. On the contrary, it was to give you the knowledge so you eat intelligently, with confidence, and with purpose. Remember that the most powerful tool to protect your kidneys is in your hand several times a day, your fork. Don't underestimate the giant impact these daily choices have. Every time you choose red bell pepper instead of tomato sauce, every time you prepare a cabbage salad instead of spinach, you're taking an active step to extend the life of your kidneys. You're not alone in this. Information is your best medicine. Use this guide, share it with whoever needs it, and start applying these changes today, not tomorrow, today. If you want to keep learning to take control, I recommend you watch this other video about the 3 fruits a kidney patient should avoid. It's the perfect complement to what we've learned today. Thank you for trusting me. Take care of those precious filters. I'll see you in the next consultation. I'm Dr. Brad Westwood, and stay sharp and protect those kidneys.